Many of us already know of at least one hybrid animal, probably the mule. But there are a lot more animal hybrids out there, some of them created by scientists and others created by the animals themselves. And in today's video, we'll be looking at just 20 of them. 1. Liger. Aside from the mule, the liger is probably the most popular hybrid animal out there. Born from a union between a male lion and a female tiger, the liger's claim to fame is more than just being a hybrid animal. It is also the largest cat in the world. The liger is just the right combination of the best qualities of both of its parents, which means that it has both speed and strength. It also has scary big teeth that can grow as long as 2 inches in length. A really impressive animal, wouldn't you say? 2. Cama. The idea behind the creation of the Cama, which is a Camel-Llama hybrid, was economical. Scientists wanted to have the wool-producing quality of a llama and the strength of a camel in one animal. This way, there would be no need to purchase and breed 2 different animals for those purposes. And so the Cama was born or made. The Cama is not bred the traditional way because male dromedary camels are way heavier than female llamas. Instead, they are created via artificial insemination, and it looks like farmers and animal rearers have been getting their money's worth from this combination. 3. Killer bee. The killer bee, or the Africanized bee, is one of those hybrid animals that were not intentionally created. It is the result of local Brazilian honey bees mating with southern African bees, and the result first appeared back in the 1950s. The Africanized bee is called that because it originated in Africa, but it has since spread to different parts of South and Central America, even though experts tried to quarantine them at some point. And as for why it is also called the killer bee, it's because they are relentless. They can live anywhere and will pursue their target for more than a quarter of a mile at a time. Oh, they have also killed over 1,000 people since they came into existence. So there's that. 4. Zoo. The zoo is a cow-wild yak hybrid, which is a really interesting combination. It's not every animal that has a domestic cattle as a father and a wild yak as a mother, but the combination works really well because the zoo is stronger and more robust than both its parents. They are also able to survive at higher altitudes than either of their parents and produce quality milk, which might have been the reason for the combination in the first place. As for what they look like, they have the face of a cow, the horns of a yak, and the body of the cow-yak hybrid that they are. 5. Hinny. The hinny is a kind of sibling to the mule. But where the mule has a donkey dad and a horse mom, the hinny has a horse dad and a donkey mom. They also happen to be one of the rarest animal hybrids for a number of reasons. First off, male horses and female donkeys are always interested in mating with each other. And in addition to that, they have vastly different chromosomes that even when they do mate and produce a child, the chances of that child living are really slim. But there are some hinnies out there, and they usually take their heights from their female parents. The one big issue with hinnies is that they, apparently, cannot reproduce. So, for them to continue to exist, a stallion has to always breed a female donkey. 6. Mulard. The mulard is probably the least weird hybrid on this list, and that's because it's a cross between ducks, just different genera of ducks. The domestic muscovy duck and the domestic duck are responsible for producing the mulard, and they are bred for maximum meat production. Even though it's possible to breed mulards naturally, artificial insemination is what's used more often because it is the more successful means. Chances that the mulards will live and be healthy are higher. Unfortunately, mulards are sterile, so their parents always have to be crossbred for them to exist. 7. Glowfish. The glowfish is unique because it is the first genetically modified animal to be made publicly available, and it is literally the only animal on this list that is patented and trademarked. It is a creation of Yorktown Technologies and is the result of a combination of different species of fish. The zebrafish was the first glowfish to be made available in pet stores, but there are now a variety of these fish, including the tetra, rainbow shark, tiger barbs, and Siamese fighting fish. 8. Zebred. The zebred is really any zebra equine species hybrid, where the dad is the zebra. There are a variety of them being produced, but the most popular is probably the zorse, which is a cross between a zebra and, you guessed it, a horse. The zonkey, a cross between a zebra and a donkey, is also quite common. Most, if not all, zebrids look like their mums, but always come with their dad's stripes. However, the stripes are not always full-coat stripes. Some of these hybrids have the stripes on specific parts of their bodies, but that depends on the genetics of their moms. 9. Savannah cat. The Savannah cat has somehow become a celebrity accessory, and that's probably because of how exotic they look. This cat is the result of a domestic cat-wild African serval cat crossbreed, and it looks it. It's the same size as a domestic cat, but has the spotted coats, slender form, and general grace of its wild parent. That said, some Savannah cats are bred to be larger than domestic cats by putting in more wild serval blood into the mix. But the ones you've seen with celebrities are most likely the regular-sized ones. 10. Zubron. While it might not be as popular as some of the hybrids on this list, the Zubron is actually one of the oldest. The offspring of a papa bison and a mama domestic cattle was first bred in 1847 in the Soviet Union. A number of others have been created since, but there are still very few of them in existence. The Zubron typically has a large body weight, grows quickly, and can withstand diseases and bad weather conditions. First-generation males are usually sterile, but the females do not have that issue. 11. Iron Age pig. The Iron Age pig is the offspring of a domestic pig and a Eurasian wild boar. This hybrid is quite common and is also naturally occurring, in that the different breeds of pigs decided to mate of their own volition. It is even considered a pest in some countries, like Australia and Brazil. However, the Iron Age pig is also intentionally bred in some areas, as agriculturists try to recreate the kind of pig that was common in the Iron Age. 12. Tigon. The Tigon is yet another lion-tiger hybrid, but unlike the Liger, the tiger is the papa this time around while the lion is the mama. Because of the switch in parenthood, Tigons are often a lot smaller than Ligers, but a lot more aggressive. That's not where the similarities end, though. Tigons usually look like their dads, with dark brown striped coats and even spots on their face. But a decent number of the male Tigons also have a mane, though not as full as what you'd find on a lion. 13. Jag lion. Yet another lion pairing. The jag lion is the majestic offspring of a male jaguar and a female lion. There have actually only been 2 examples of jag lions so far, and both of them are siblings that live in a wildlife sanctuary in Ontario, Canada. Interestingly, the pairing was natural. Whether because they actually liked each other or they thought it was convenient, a female lioness and a black jaguar in the sanctuary decided to mate one day. And the result was 2 jag lions, one boy called Tsunami and one girl called Jazara. Cute. 14. Coolwolf. The coolwolf, which is a coyote-wolf hybrid, perfectly combines the features of both its parents. It grows to be larger than a coyote, but smaller than a wolf, and its howls usually start out low like its wolf parents, but then changes to the higher pitch of its coyote parent. They also have the high intelligence of their wolf parents and the friendliness of their coyote parents. But it's important to remember that they are still wild animals for the most part. They can, however, be trained to behave, and it does help that their DNA is about 10% dog. 15. Wholphin. One of the few aquatic hybrids on this list, the wholphin has a false killer whale dad and a bottlenose dolphin mom. Contrary to what the dad's name might insinuate, the false killer whale is actually not a whale but a dolphin, hence the false. So, the wholphin is really just an offspring of 2 different species of whales. Dolphins exist in a number of wildlife sanctuaries around the world. And while there have been rumors of their sightings out in the wild, there is no concrete scientific evidence for this hybrid existing in the wild. 16. Leopon. This might not be immediately obvious, but the leopon is another lion hybrid. Well, in this case, the leopard is the dad while the lion is the mom. And most of them usually end up inheriting most of their characteristics from their leopard dads. They have shorter legs, are able to climb, and love spending time in water. However, their lion moms make it possible for them to grow larger than regular leopards. In cases where a male lion mates with a female leopard, the offspring is called a leopard. However, this pairing is very rare because lions are way larger than female leopards. 17. Beefalo. The beefalo is an intentionally bred buffalo domestic cattle hybrid. The most common beefalo pairing is that of a domesticated bull and a female American bison, and beefalos are typically bred for enhanced beef production. They are more docile, which means they are easier to manage, and they also produce leaner and more flavorful meat. 18. Roller bear. Also called the Pizzly bear, usually depending on who's the dad and who's the mom, the roller bear is, as you might have guessed, the offspring of a grizzly bear and a polar bear. Now, if you know anything about these two animals, you would appreciate how interesting this pairing is. Grizzlies and polars are not exactly best of friends, and their habitats are vastly different, so the chances of these two naturally pairing up are almost non-existent. But because humans exist, hybrids like roller bears can as well. Rollers are usually almost as big as their polar parent, but thanks to their grizzly parent's genes, they do better in warmer climates. 19. See-through goldfish. The see-through goldfish, which is basically goldfish that have transparent bodies, is an ethical solution that was created by Japanese researchers. This fish was bred to make it possible for scientists to carry out research without having to dissect animals. Their bodies are transparent enough that you can see all of their organs. The see-through goldfish is the result of the breeding of different species of mutant goldfish with pale skin, and they tend to live as long as 20 years. 20. Geep. There's probably no better way to end this video than with the cute offspring of a goat and sheep, the geep. However, because the number of chromosomes that goats and sheep have is vastly different, it's quite difficult to breed geeps. And even the geeps that are born usually do not survive for long after birth. So, there are very few geeps in attendance right now, but the ones that do exist look like the perfect combination of both parents. Are there any animal combinations that you think should already be in existence? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible videos like this.